Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 7 math. You can find all the lessons on aplustudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 7 and then click on view all lessons. So there you can find a list of the chapters. Let's just start with the chapter 1 variable equation, and the lessons we're going to cover from the chapter are solve one-step equations, solve two-step equations, solve equations word problems, and solve equations involving like terms. Okay, so here I am on grade 7 math. The chapter we're working on is one variable equations, and the lessons we're going to start with is solve one step equations. Let's just start with the lesson. So just look at the first example, that is solve for f. The equation is 5 equals f minus 3. So basically what you have to do, you have to isolate the variable. Isolate variable means you have variable on one side and the rest of the numbers on the other side, right? So you need to move that 3 to other side, right? So here you have 5, take away 3. When you have to remove that 3, you need to add 3 both sides, because opposite to addition is subtraction. Opposite to subtraction is addition. 3 minus 3 makes 0. You are left with f, and 5 plus 3 equals 8, right? So that's how you can solve the one step equations. Basically, you have to isolate the variable, right? Isolate the variable means variable is on one side and the rest of the things are on the other side. Let's just start with the test questions. Okay, the first one is solve for g. 2g equals 4. Make sure you have your notebook and pencil, right? So that you can do the practice questions. Basically, you have to undo all the operations, right? Undo, when you are going to undo all the operations, you have to do the opposite operations. Like 2g2 is multiplying to g. Opposite to multiplication is division, so you need to divide both sides by 2, right? So 2 times 1 is 2, you are left with g, and 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4. So that means the correct option is g equals 2, right? So option number 1 is the correct option. Basically, you have to, how do you solve the one variable equations? You have to isolate the variable, right? Isolate variable means just the variable is on one side and rest of the things are on the other side. So the correct option is g equals 2, right? Okay, the next one is solve for h. So which is the correct option? The equation is h divided by 2 equals 2. So you need to isolate the variable h, right? You need to remove that 2 that is dividing here. So opposite to division is multiplication. Multiply both sides by 2. So 2 and 2 cancel, and h is, yes, very good. The correct option is 2 times 2 equal 4. So the correct option is 4. Okay, solve for f, which is the correct option. You need to move that 3 other side. So opposite to subtraction is addition, right? You need to add is 5 plus 3 equals 8. So the correct option is 8. Okay, solve for z. That is z plus 3 equals 9. So you have to isolate the variable z. You need to move that 3 to the other side. So which is the correct option? Okay, solve for g. Which is the correct option? The correct option is 3. G equals 3. You need to add two other sides. So it would be g equals 3. Solve for p. Which is the correct option? Yes, it is. 3 times 3 equals 9. So p equals 9. The correct option is 9. Very good. The next, yes, the correct option is 1. D equals 1 is the correct option, right? The next one is solve for p. Which is the correct option? The correct option is p equals 4. Very good. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. is solve two-step equations, right? Now we have to solve two-step equations. Let's just start with the next lesson, that is solve two-step equations. So basically the concept of solving one, you need to undo the operations, you need to isolate the variable. For example, the first one is 2t plus 2, right? So you need to isolate the variable t. So first of all, you need to remove that 2 from here, right? 2 is adding, so you need to subtract it to both sides. Just undo all the operations. 2 minus 2 is 0. You are left with 2t equals 10 minus 2 is 8, right? Now you have to remove that 2. 2 is multiplying to t, so opposite to multiplication is t equals 4, right? Let's just start with the practice questions. Very good. Okay, the next one is solve for q. So how do you solve? Which is the correct option? 2q minus 1 equals 1. So which is the correct option? Sides, because opposite to addition is subtraction. So 2q equals 2. Now you have to divide both sides by 2 because you need to remove that 2, right? So 2 times 1 is 2. The correct option is q equals 1, right? The correct option is q equal 1. Okay, solve for, very good. The correct option is 3. Okay, solve for w, which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is 1. Okay, the next one is solve for n. So which is the correct option? Yes, it is 3. The correct option is 3. Okay, the next one is solve for v, which is the correct option. 0 or 1? Is 1. Okay, the next one is solve for r. 3r minus 4 equals 2, which is the correct option. 1 or 2? The correct option is r equals, yes, it is 2. The correct option is 2. Two, it is. I think it is 2. Yes, it is 2. Oh, that is 1. Because you need to move 4 minus 2 is 2. You have to divide both sides by 2. The correct option is 1, right? You have to divide both sides by 2. Okay, the next one is solve for f. 10 equals 2f plus 2, which is the correct option. Yes, the correct option is 4. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. Right, and the next lesson is solve equations word problems, right? Test questions you are given with the equations, you just have to solve, right? The question is, this equation shows how the total cost of visiting the Science museum as a member is related to the number of visits. The equation is C equal V plus 10. The variable V represents the number of visits of the science museum and the variable C represents the total cost of the visits. What is the maximum number of visits a member of the science museum can make a total cost of $17? Right? So you are given the cost. So you need to replace C with the value 17, right? That is the total cost of, you can see here, total cost of $17. That means that is C equals 17. So just replace the in equation C with 17. 17 equals V plus 10. Solve it for the V. You need to add 10, subtract 10 both sides. So 17 minus 10 is 7. So V equals 7. That means he, with $17, she can do 7 visits to the science museum, right? The correct option is. Okay, the next one is, this equation shows how the amount of dough Amanda has prepared is related to the number of hours she spent working at the bakery. D equals 6 times H. The variable H represents the number of hours worked and the variable D represents the amount of dough prepared. How many hours did Amanda work if she prepared 18 kilograms of dough, right? So how much dough she prepared, that is D equals 18, right? So just replace the D with 18 in the equation and solve the equation. That is 18 equals 6. 3 hours she can make 18 kilograms of dough. The correct option is 3 hours, right? Okay, the next one is, this equation shows how the total pages of notes in Neha's notebook depends on the number of hours she spends in class. Equation is P equals H plus 14. The variable H represents the hours she spent in the class and the variable P represents the total pages of notebook. In all, how many are notebooks? So that means you have to P equals 20. So replace the P with 20 and solve the equation. You need to replace P with 20. So 14. Yes, the correct option is 6 hours. That means she can read 20 pages in 6 hours, right? Okay, the next one is, this equation shows how the total, that is exactly the same, how the total cost of visiting the art museum is as a member is related to the number of visits. So the equation is C equals V plus 9. The variable V represents the number of visits to the art for a total of $20. You are given the cost, that is 20. You have to calculate how many visits you can do. So replace the C20 with the equation and calculate the value of B. So which is the correct option? You are given cost is 20, right? Move 9 other sides, so that would be 11 visits. That means with the cost of $20, she can do 11 visits, right? You are given the total of appetizers are 18, right? Yes, that means you can make 18 appetizers in 7 weeks. The correct option is 7. Speaker series related to the number of events attended. C equals A plus 12. 12. The variable A represents the number of events attended and the variable C represents the total cost. What is the maximum number of events someone can attend for a total cost of $16? If you have the cost is 16, four events, 16. Yes, the correct option is four events. Very good. Okay, this equation shows how the cost of corporate team building event depends on the number of attendees. D equals 2A. How many attendees can there be at most if the budget for the corporate team building event is $10? So, which is the correct option? You are given the amount, the budget that is $10, right? So, which is the correct option? Yes, that is just five attendees. The correct option is five. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let's just move on to next lesson, and the next lesson is solve in equations involving like terms. So, what do you know about like terms? What are the like terms? Like terms are the terms that have the same means you can add them or subtract them. For example, just look at the first example 6j plus j equals 14, right? So 6j and j, they both are the like terms because they have the same variable. You can collect them. Collect them means you can add, subtract, multiply, divide them. So 6j plus j is 7j, that is 7j equals 14. Divide both sides by. Let's just start with the test questions. Okay, solve for a. You need to collect the like terms, right? 2a and a, they are the like terms, right? You can add them or subtract them, whatever operation you have given, you have to perform. So 2a plus a, 2a minus a is you have to subtract. You are left with 2a minus a is a, and a equals 17. The correct option is 17, right? Ten p minus 4p equals 18. So which is the correct option? 10p minus 4p is 6p, and 6p equals 18. Divide both sides by 6, and then 6 times 3 is 18. So p equals 3. The correct option is h minus 18h minus 10h equals 8, which is the correct option. The correct option is very good. One is the correct option. Okay, the next one is 14j minus 7. Yes, it is 2. The correct option is 2. Okay, 8g minus 6g equals 8. So which is the correct option? 8 minus 6 is 2. So 2g equals 8, then g equals 4. The correct option is 4. Okay, the next one is 18k minus 16k equals 10. So k equals 'The correct option is 5. Okay, 5p minus 4p equals 12. So which is the correct option? 5 minus Okay, 5m minus 4m equals 15. So which is the correct option? 'Yes, the correct option is m equals 15. Okay, solve for t. 2t minus t equals 8. So which is the correct option? It is 8. The correct option is 8. Okay, the next one is 8t minus 3t equals 15. So which is the correct option? Yes, the correct option is 3. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 7 math. The chapter we're working on is one variable equations, and the lessons we have covered today are solve one step equations, solve two step equations, solve equations word problems, and solve equations involving like terms. So please make sure So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday 5 to 9, or either you can join me in the interactive session that would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10. So if you have any question related to the lesson we just did, you can ask. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. No questions? Okay, that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.